What type of hair you think she do? Like color-wise, what do you think I do?
Opposites attract, I think.
Literally.
Yeah.
If there's a client that wants all these vivid colors in their hair, I'm like, I got the perfect girl for you.
Yeah, when I have these long hair clients, oh, there was one the other day and you were leaving and I was like, this is Larissa's forte. Like, I'm over here struggling.
Hey everyone, so you already know who I am. I'm Larissa and this is
Grace. Hello.
This is my coworker, one of my favorite coworkers. Because I only have a handful of favorites. So, yeah, so today what are we doing, Grace?
We're gonna answer some of your guys' questions, the most frequently asked hair questions, styling, color, and cuts.
Yeah, anything that has to do with hair because you know I love the beauty industry but mainly focus on hair.
Styling one, how to deal with cowlicks. I guess for long-haired people it would be in the front.
The bangs.
Yes, the bangs. And especially if you're trying to have like the Sabrina Carpenter curtain bangs, but you have a big cowlick up here, like what do you do? What do you do?
There's been some times they have like a cowlick going on and I just tell them, hey, I can't really have both of the sides. Like if you pull it down, I can't have it even on both sides because if one's flipping out more than the other side and I keep cutting the hair where the cowlick is, it's going to appear shorter than one side than the other. Because I do have a client where her bangs, she does have a cowlick, but I try not to cut as much hair on that cowlick because even if she were to pull it down, one will be longer than the other one, but because how it's naturally drying, it's still gonna look even because of that little lift that she has going on. Another
thing that I would add is sometimes you just have to accept that you have them and work with them.
Yeah.
If you have one right here, you might just have to do a side part. It'll give you some volume. You'll fight less with it. You won't feel like your hair's uneven. And yeah, if you have a bad cowlick back here and you're getting some highlights, you need to make sure that they're not over directing it the wrong way. You have to make sure that it's gonna fall all at once no matter what. So sometimes you just have to work with it. Yeah. Go with the flow is what I say.
Yeah. How do I find the best lane for my face framing curtain bangs to be at?
Ooh, so a lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah, and I took my own horn. I'm like the queen of face framing. Yeah. Even though mine are like growing out, but
they fit your face though. They're not making it look like the wrong shape.
Yeah, so that
face framing can even be down here.
Yeah,
you know, like
so with my face, I have a small forehead and I have a small face to begin with, but I have a long neck. So if I were to do any type of bangs, it'll start hiding my face quick. Like my face will feel so close. Gonna show how small my face is and how long my neck is, you know. That's not hint while I'm wearing a turtleneck right now, you know. That's why I used to do those bangs when you were in middle school and high school. You want to sell some bangs, right? And then you learn more about like what fits best.
Yeah.
And I had to come to the conclusion, like if I were to do bangs, I'll have to cut more hair. I'll have to
start back here.
Yeah, I'll have to start literally half of my head just to give that nice curtain bang look, you know. And so my face will, because if I just grab a little bit pieces here, it's not gonna be a full bang look. It's not gonna look good on my face, you know. So I'll have to bring more hair, and me personally, I wouldn't want to cut this much of my hair off.
That's
that's thick. That's like length right here, there, you know.
You'll have to compensate for the thickness of them, and they won't flow right.
Sometimes your hair could be finer here, you know. Why would you want to cut off more hair?
That's another thing. If you are the type of person that has no hair in the front, you are going to end up with a mullet.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up with a mullet, and sometimes it's just not for you.
She got bangs. So.
I have bangs, yes, and I'll expose myself. My forehead. It doesn't go back all the way, but like it's definitely a different shape than Larissa's. So I don't have to take that much for bangs. If we're talking just about bangs, the best thing to do is put your head down, what falls in your face, then take from your eyebrows and go up. That should be the bang. But if we're talking about face framing, I really feel like the best trick and little hack that I do with my clients is if they don't have any, I'll take them and I'll just kind of pretend to curl them. So I'll bring them back and then make a little curl in the front and see where it contours it right. Because we learn textbook wise, now everyone is beautiful in their own way, but textbook, what looks the best is a oval face, so that's kind of what we're always trying to achieve, is that balance between everything. We don't want anything too big here, we don't want anything too big here. So kind of just seeing what creates that nice dimension. You can think about it as like a cheek contour or something. So on a lot of round faces, you don't want the face forming right here because it could curl in, making the face seem even more round. You don't want it up here, right at the eyes, because then you'll start to feel like you have your eyes are right here, your mouth's right here, and there's like a weird disconnection. But really like around the cheek is nice. I think for long faces, you almost want to break it up and have it a little bit lower. But really the best trick is to make pretend curtain bangs on yourself. Grab it around here. Do you ever do that with your clients? Kind of like place it there.
Literally do this. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's the best thing to do. That's how you can find out what looks good on you and kind of play around. And yeah, it's trial and error, but you don't want to do something that looks bad, so definitely try out everything you can and make some fake curtain bangs. The purpose of curtain bangs should really be to accentuate the parts of your face that are usually hidden, not bring out the parts that you don't like.
Yeah. But if y'all got
ask a professional. Ask a professional.
Yeah, and because they'll play around, they'll talk to you about it, you know, because sometimes, like, there's some people, they'll have longer layers in the back, shorter in the front, or sometimes they'll have longer layers in the front and shorter in the back because they like the volume by
Why does permanent hair color affect my curl pattern and texture of my hair? Specifically box color.
Duh, because there's chemicals, baby. There's chemicals, and it's harsh chemicals. Literally, you're transforming your hair into a different color this is my natural hair color, y'all. Okay, the only thing I color right here, if y'all see, is the blonde money piece, you know, and I'm growing that out. So, oh, his tail. It's literally a chemical process that's transforming your hair. So, of course, it's going to have some damage, and of course, there's going to be some alterations in your hair. It just... Make it make sense. It comes with it, right?
Yeah.
But it's up to you if you're going to maintain and take care of it. Because I know when I have clients that box color their hair, because number one, I just see the outcome. Most of the times they'll tell me, right? They do box color.
Yeah.
And then I'll notice how frizzy and dry their hair is because they're putting the box color. And what are they doing after? Are they doing a treatment after? Are they just shampooing their hair once, conditioning, and like call it a night, not drying their hair? I could tell the damages. The hair gets so dry, y'all, especially if you're overlapping, layering it and layering it and layering it.
You don't know what's in that box.
Yeah, exactly. And usually the developer is higher. Y'all keep it on your hair for a while because, you know, you're doing it yourself.
Taking forever to apply it.
Most of the time, you're not deep conditioning it. You know, you can't color your hair at home. You know, I get it. Everyone's budget is different. But I feel like also if you're going to color your hair, that's a chemical being put onto your hair, the cuticle of your hair. It's literally opening up your cuticle, depositing that color, lifting.
Yeah, it is lifting.
It's not just depositing, it's lifting.
Especially if you're doing these reds and all that. It's like bleach. All of your natural pigment's coming out.
It's coming out, right? And you can't go back. No. Only when it grows out naturally. Yeah. That's the only time. Or if this is a whole different subject, but then let's just say you want to transition your haircut. No matter what you do, if you're not going darker with the hair you already have, it's a whole color correction, and we don't know what's going to come. It's gonna make your hair feel worse for sure. Yeah, I feel like people just assume it, if they're using color, like that's it, and it's not bleach, so it's not gonna hurt it at all. And they're not realizing that if you're putting 40 volume, 40 volume, 40 volume, every time you do your roots, like that's probably once a month for some people over years. It'll start breaking. Yeah, it's gonna break off. You'll see the little hairs. You'll see a lot. We see it all the time. The ends are gonna feel dry. It's gonna feel gummy. Yeah. No matter what, you all, let me tell y'all something. If you're gonna get your hair color, you have to do treatment. You have to do a cut. Sometimes not a trim. And also, y'all, a trim is this. Half an inch, that's a cut. Yeah. Just so y'all know. Yeah. I just want to trim 3 inches off, baby. That's not a trim, that's a cut. I feel like the biggest thing, and you can always probably tell it's box dye, when you feel that hair, you don't feel the hair, you feel the color on it. Yeah. You feel the color on it. You can when you see the color on it. Yeah. And the hair feels dry because, like I said, it can't get any moisture. Yeah. Yeah. And it's begging for moisture. It's just like how people say, oh, I don't want to put heat on my hair. I don't want heat damage. that applies the same with coloring your hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's chemicals. Mm-hmm. And that's literally going through the cuticle of your hairs. So what's the difference between warm, cool, and neutral color, and how to know what suits you?
That's a big one. People make that mistake a lot and they look washed out. You can look sickly if you're not wearing your right color. Yeah. And this goes for blondes, it goes for brunettes, it goes for even vivid colors like mine.
Red.
Yeah.
Red, because
red is the most warm, but it could be a cool red or a warm red. Yeah.
Fire truck red, burgundy red, wine red. So, for example, like with me, my skin tone, I'm naturally like a cool tone. Like I got a little bit of tan, y'all, just a little bit. But naturally, like
olivey cool tone.
Yeah, I'm an olivey cool tone. So
talk about your eyes. Eyes and skin are the biggest things, right?
You can rock any hair color, y'all.
Yeah,
as long as you're confident.
Do.
You know, I feel like it's a confidence thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, I don't think this hair color will look good on me. Baby, you'll be surprised. Sometimes you look at people.
Cute eye look on.
Yeah. It's a confidence thing. It's just like, you're really rocking blonde hair, brunette hair, red hair. Yeah. It's just that, it's a confidence thing. Yeah. You know, like, she loves purple hair, you know. Maybe, was it meant for her? We don't know, you know. But she rocks it.
I definitely wasn't born with it.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
But she's confident in it, and you know, and it looks good on her because it actually like goes with her, you know. Would I rock with it? No, because it doesn't go with me, you know. I'm just not no purple hair girl.
Sometimes the tones are just based on your personality, to be honest. Yeah. But speaking, I guess, textbook-wise, some things definitely work with some people. So we both have brown eyes, which is also kind of weird because we both almost have cooler... I have a lot of pink in my cheeks, so it kind of like messes with stuff. You can look at your veins though. That's what some people say. I feel like we both have some blue veins going on. So
I have acne scars.
Yeah.
Like, I have a couple of acne scars. So like some red pigment. So like I love red hair, pink hair, but I can never do it just because
it brings it out.
It'll bring out too much.
Yeah.
I already got, like, right as we speak, I got 2 pimples. You know what I'm saying?
Either,
so I don't want to do that, you know?
Yeah. That can change how people perceive your natural tones a lot, like acne and all that.
I'm trying to stay away from that, so you know, like, don't focus on that.
Yeah. So would you say you like a cooler, more neutral tone?
Yeah, I like a mixture of both because too cool, I feel like it'll wash me out.
Yeah, because it's almost the same as your tone.
It's almost the same as my tone, so I like to have a neutral.
Yeah.
In between both. So
I feel the same way. I've tried the red hair. This was back in like high school, so you already know my acne was way worse. I looked red. I looked like a tomato, like a whole tomato.
Pizza?
Yes. So my favorite colors, that's why I like purple a lot, because there is some warmth in it, but even with purple, which is like you use that to tone out warmth, there's different shades of purple. So I definitely go for more of a neutral or cool tone purple so it doesn't bring out the pink in my face. Whenever I do pinks, I like to do like a dusty rose because that's a more cool tone, neutral leaning pink. Yeah, it's kind of like you don't want to bring out the bad things. Not necessarily that they're bad, but the things that you don't want to see, but you also don't want to hide with your hair. So whenever people feel like they're washed out, it's usually because the color is a little too similar to their skin. So try to do something a little different. I feel like a lot of people have been leaning towards neutrals lately.
Yeah.
What is the best way to conceal gray hair without coloring over it? So without, you know, coloring over the gray and changing it. Okay. I love some gray blending. I actually had a client in today that asked me this question, and it's hard. Everyone has different grays.
And gray, once you start growing in gray hair for real, like 70 over 50%, your texture will start to change.
Yeah, it gets coarser for sure. And
frizzier.
There's just nothing in there. It's like a straw. Like there's just nothing inside, and that's okay. That's how it is naturally, but it's just gonna be different, and some people have a hard time dealing with that. When you are wanting to conceal it, I think the best thing to do is wait till you are 50 to 70%, because my favorite way to conceal gray hair is to do either a ashy brown or blonde balayage or a ashy brown or blonde highlight. And we can even go bolder around the face. A lot of people get gray hair on their face first. Yeah. Oh yeah, bleaching the hair first.
We're lining the hair.
Bleaching it, and then we always want to tone an ashy color or a cool tone color, because if you tone a warm color, there's going to be even more contrast between the grays coming in and then the warm, and you're going to notice it even more than you did with your natural color. And then once you get like a good blend going, you can honestly let your grays come in and not even worry about it. Like I said before, having a nice like bold face frame of that either ashy brown or gray color really helps a lot to conceal it when you wear your hair up. That's all you see is that gray. That's what I like to do.
What I do, I have a client, we finally got her to where she wanted. She had built up box color because she's been covering her grays, but she mainly get grays, like silver. It's like a 50-50, right? She'll mainly get it around her hairline. So what I started to do, right, I started to do like her whole, like a money piece right here. And obviously the first session we couldn't get it, but I'll do a money piece around her face. We did it brown, and then the second round we did like a light brown, because remind you, she had built up box color in this, y'all.
Takes time.
And then the third time we finally got her to a blonde silvery tone, and now whenever her hair goes out, her natural grays will blend in with the blonde silvery tone that she got around her face, so she doesn't have the desire to put the box color, you know, like she's okay with like over here, but like because it's mainly right here, like this is the focus,
that's what you see
with that streak. That's another thing that's going on. Like people want like a very light streak around the face who's growing out grays, just so they don't have to color it. I try to recommend not doing a permanent color. I try to take another route, because once you have the permanent color, you can't do much to your hair.
Unless you want to spend a bunch of money and damage it.
Yeah, so lightening it, you know, do like a 50% coverage. That's what I do too. I do a 50% coverage.
Yes, a good demi-permanent.
Yeah, so some grays will still be there, but not all will be covered. Just a little bit amount, but it'll still be nice, you know. Like it won't be too much work for us to do, and on your hair to like lighten or do other things to it. So
the demi-permanents are really good idea, because it almost is like a veil over the grays. Instead of like putting a full-on like cotton sheet over it type of thing, you're putting a nice little veil over it. Think about like tights versus leggings. So you're still gonna see a little bit of difference, but it's gonna blend the not gray hair and the gray hair coming in really well. That's a good one. It's easy to lift through, because some people it's just really daunting to grow out their hair if you hadn't already been doing that. So kind of transitioning to a demi first until you get to a good length, and then lightening it is really good.
Yeah. And one more thing is that at your part, if those grays, I got some clients that put powder.
Yes, the spray and the powder is like magic.
And there you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But don't pluck them, y'all. That's for what?
No, it doesn't help anything.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Were those all our questions?
That was all of our questions.
Okay.
We made it.
I hope you guys enjoy.
I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video. This is my Gracie Grace.
Yes, follow me on Instagram, Grace's Groovy Hair. What's your Instagram?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the beauty industry. Like, there's so much ventures you can go to, and it's just not one. It's not like us growing up where the hairstylist did one of everything. No, because there's so much specializing out, and the demand is so different. So yeah, but that's a whole different that's a whole different video though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, and y'all will hear from us soon again.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.